In the realm of chess, arriving on time is necessary. Every second matters, and the requirements are that players should be positioned and prepared for action at the time that has been specified. However, even the most brilliant individuals can make mistakes from time to time, as the world-famous Norwegian chess champion Magnus Carlsen has highlighted. In a moment that will live in infamy, Carlsen was tardy to a 3-minute game everyone eagerly awaited. In this video, we will look into how the game was played when Magnus arrived late for a 3-minute match. A match against the clock. An intense round of the World Blitz chess tournament occurred in the middle of New York City on a bright and sunny afternoon. One of Magnus Carlsen's opponents, Vladislav Kovalev, was set to compete in a 3-minute match against him. Magnus Carlsen is renowned for his extraordinary analytical skills and quick movements, and this match was intended to last only 3 minutes. The tension in the air was apparent as fans and other contestants looked forward to the contest between these two chess superpowers. Carlsen was unlucky enough to become stuck in a traffic jam, which ended up causing him to be late for his game. As the minutes passed, there was a diminishing possibility that he would make it to the boardroom in time. Carlsen's passion for competition remained unabated despite the stress and instability he was under. As the seconds stretched into minutes, it became increasingly unlikely that Carlsen would show up. On the other hand, Kovalev asks the person in charge not to begin the timer, but the referee states that the guidelines require him to do so. As a result, Kovalev played e4 and then waited for Magnus to come. However, luck was on his side, and right when it looked like he was going to lose the game, Carlsen burst into the match room, his face red with resolve. As the clock ticked to its final few seconds, he hurriedly arranged himself in his seat, preparing to confront his rival. The starting of the match. Firstly, he expresses his regrets to Kovalev and immediately turns to the French defense. Kovalev's opening moves are d4, d5, and then he executes the French tarrasch. It appeared he intended to keep things basic, but doing so might not be the most effective technique when your adversary has a limited amount of time. Magnus started with only 35 seconds, but there was an increase of 2 seconds after each move. Magnus was able to castle immediately after Kovalev provided him with some downtime to chill out before bringing knight to c3. Magnus is observed adjusting all of his props while having only 30 seconds left, which is a quintessential Magnus gesture. Once more, he plays h6, rearranging some of the pieces. Kovalev's move is rook to e1, and Magnus's current position is knight on b6. Magnus had a great opportunity to grab the pawn that Kovalev had placed, and he did so with 28 seconds left on the clock. At this time, only 52 seconds are left on the clock for Kovalev. Magnus evened the score with the black pieces, bringing the two sides of the game to a standstill. The game continued with Vladislav playing bishop f3, Magnus establishing his knight in the center of the board with c6, and Kovalev getting underneath Magnus on time. Magnus gained the edge in terms of time inside the first 12 moves of the game, even though he was nearly 2 minutes tardy. The game-changing play made by Magnus. Magnus's next action with queen b6 is solid, and Kovalev's play against d5 is even stronger. Using his knight again, Magnus challenges b6. With only 3 seconds left, Kovalev handles his move, sending his bishop to d2 and his pawn to f6 to chase off the knight. Kovalev moved fast, targeting d4 with only 4 seconds remaining, but Magnus took it with the bishop. With a second remaining, Kovalev deploys knight e1 in response to the bishop's move to f5, freeing up the d3 knight. Kovalev commits mistakes, but Magnus fails to seem to notice. Magnus makes room on the king's side, intending to initiate play gradually. The two sides are roughly even, so he challenges g3. Kovalev smartly takes his king along. Rook a4 is the next move for Magnus, who had planned to enter the game by a1. Magnus moves rook a1, and rook d1 is taken in. To protect the b2 pawn, Kovalev moves his king to the queen's side from the d3 square. Magnus moves his bishop to c4, his king to b1, and his rook away. He then makes a rook e8 by moving his rook to the opposite side of the board. The trouble is that now he is nothing more than a pawn up for Kovalev. To force Kovalev to surrender, Magnus places his rook behind the pawn. Magnus was 2 minutes and 30 seconds late for this really strange game, but he nevertheless succeeded in performing admirably. Subscribe to our channel and join the conversation. We love hearing from our subscribers and can't wait to connect with you.